Hi, I'm Connor Williams, and today I'm going to tell you about the need for travel. This is my persuasive speech for my WKU class. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. Mark Twain, The Innocents Abroad. Why do we need to travel? Well, I want to explain this in three main points. Travel to meet, travel for history, and travel for culture. Travel to meet. We travel to seek other lives, other souls. Buildabroad.org. What do I mean by travel to meet? Well, number one, try new things. I come from a very rural town in Kentucky. That means I'm not familiar with riding a bus or taking a subway. So when I do that, I try, point number two, to meet the people who do these new things every day. This allows me to meet them and know those people. And it allows me to learn about the things they do every day. It allows me to both meet friends, or maybe new friends, and to learn new things. Travel for history. Americans place a great faith in textbooks, yet textbooks do not deserve their reputation as impartial education tools. Michael H. Romowski. What do I mean by travel for history? Well, number one, see what really happened. Whether you go to the Battle of the Bull Run's location or to the house of Thomas Jefferson, you can see what really happened. Like the quote said earlier, all textbooks have a bias. I'm willing to bet all your history teachers do too. That's why you need to go and see what really happened. Look at it from a more rounded view. That way you can make your own opinion on what happened there. And maybe even learn something you didn't know, something that the textbooks don't tell you. Number two, stand where they stood. Whether that be in Air Force One that a president used to fly in, or on a location where men fought and died. Go and stand where these men stood. Stand and see where the great figures in your history books actually were. Hold the things they held, and get into their mindset. Try to see things how they saw them, and maybe you'll learn something. Travel for culture. A nation's culture resides in the hearts and in the souls. Mahatma Gandhi. What do I mean by traveling for culture? Well, number one, eat local foods. Find out what the cultures there eat, and find out why. Whether it be how in Kentucky many things have bourbon in them, or as in many Asian cultures have rice. Find out why that is. Why has the culture got that as their main foods? You learn about the culture, and you have to try something new many times. Number two, see the local art. Whether it be statues, paintings, or some other form of artwork, looking at the local art allows you to see what that culture puts in a high place. Whether it be the Greeks and their paintings of their deities, or paintings of dragons from Asian culture. Look and see what they have painted, what they have put in a higher status. And then look and see what art you enjoy, and see what that tells you about you. Number three, visit local gatherings/events. What do I mean by this? Well, go to a celebration for a historical figure. Maybe go to a religious event and see why that religion believes what it does. Learn about other places and how they view things, or how do they celebrate things. What are some tips for travel? Well, according to the University of Missouri, Kansas City, here are some 5 tips that are very helpful for travel. Number one, avoid tourist traps. Tourist traps don't allow you to see the culture as easily and are pretty expensive. These are areas where they're heavily trying to get you to buy. Instead, you should go to where the actual people live and learn there. Number two, pack only what you need. You don't need those 10 pairs of shoes for a 1-week trip. Take what you need. It's more cost efficient and energy efficient, and it allows you to maybe go farther with little to bring. Number three, get cheap flights. Though they may not be as luxurious and you may lose some leg room, taking cheap flights allows you to go places at a cheaper price, saving you money and maybe even allowing that money to take you somewhere more. Number four, budget. You need to know how much you can spend. You don't want to spend more than you're able to. Just because a cool souvenir is awesome doesn't mean you should buy it, because maybe you'll break your bank. And you don't want to go in debt just because you went on a vacation. Number five, eat local. Eating local allows you not to just see the culture, but to also eat things that may be more expensive back home. Or vice versa. Maybe things that are super common at home are pretty expensive here, and so you need to eat local so it's cheaper for you. To conclude, travel far enough, you meet yourself, David Michael. He says this because with all the ways of transport we have available to us, trains, planes, and automobiles, people are able to travel and meet new friends all the time. We used to say 80 days. Now we say 8. Richard Quest, Journey Around the World. Richard here is saying, in reference to an old novel, Around the World in 80 Days, in which 2 people try to get around the world in 80 days and barely make it. In modern times, we can do 8 days much easier. That's crazy. With it taking so little time and much less cost, why aren't more people traveling? Thank you for listening, and please go and travel more and more.